Welcome back, my friends, and a happy new year to you all on this New Year's Eve. My future plans: I'm hoping to start to grow some giant vegetables and long carrots, stump carrots, parsnips, etc. for shows, so that will keep my mind focused on growing less vegetables to eat. We've got far more than we actually use, so I can't see any point in growing it just to not waste, but in the future I'll be changing this area here. This is the area next to the fruit cage. These will be 2 meter wide beds, so I've got to do some pegging out, and then this will be the no dig. I haven't dug this time because this will be the brassicas, and I've been busy while it's been really wet digging out these root crops, these root weeds. Now look how small that is, but look how long the taproot is, and they just get bigger and bigger. This one's been broke off, so it's just forced itself, and they just get worse and worse. So when we put fresh muck on the plots, we just need to be vigilant and get those out. I've been really pleased with the cabbages and kale and the Brussels, but it would have been nice if we hadn't have had the white fly, and they're still there. This is the old rhubarb bed, and I've decided now to dig that over, take out any crowns that are there, give those away, and I'm going to have a few strawberries in here. At least they'll be protected from the birds. I did some carrots in these containers which were left on top of this compost bin. They were very successful, so I should be doing that again. Leeks, never again. Probably can't see the onions there, but the red onions are doing quite well at the moment. And sweet candle, stump carrots, I've still got the whole of this raised bed to harvest at the moment. Some turnips left, plenty of Swedes left. 48 gladiator parsnips left there. There's a few left in this one, and there's the hole from that rather large parsnip I got out the other day. I've been experimenting a lot with my liquid plant foods, and next year I'll be mixing these, and as a little experiment I'm going to be using these buckets, which I've covered with some gaffer tape, gorilla tape, and I'll be diluting the liquid plant foods down and growing something in those, possibly lettuce, just as a comparison. But I got the idea of covering that to stop the light getting into the liquid plant food from Brent. The raised beds in the polytunnel have had the day now. They've gone rotten. It lasted quite well, but the blue barrels and the other barrels will go in here, where I can grow the long carrots, which I've had off one of the better growers, or the championship growers. The stump carrots, parsnips, etc. Most of those will be in here, and then the rest will be outside. That's why I need to know where the raised beds and the no dig garden is going to be. So it might be where the polytunnel ends and the compost bins start there, working up these raised with the barrels, and eventually wooden ones, but obviously the plastic's going to last a lot longer. It depends on how many I can get. Kale's still doing quite well. Kale charred. Just tidied everything up and got rid of some of the old growth. I've finished the guttering and I have tested it, and I would recommend that all the joints where all the fittings go in. Just put a thin skimming of silicone, and also the rain runs down there across here and it's coming through a little gap there, so ideally you need to silicone round the corner down, so any water that runs down where the glass sits in stops there and then goes into the guttering. But there's just a little gap. Notice it on this side first. But yeah, it's just that little gap there. It runs along, it's coming out there and falling down onto the floor. So that's with a can of water. It might not do it with ordinary rain, but we must capture everything we can. I've popped the bags of leaves on top of the bin now, put some cardboard down. That's a little bit easier to get off than those big bags, especially when they get wet. And that's better now. And when I do this strawberry tower, I'll show you how I make the holes in the plastic, the blue plastic bin. Most of it's ready, it's just the holes have got to be done. The strawberry tower will consist of a pipe inside, more like a wormery. So I'll put the food waste in the top, the worms will eat that, hopefully pop over to the strawberries and leave the castings, and then any juices that run out the bottom into a collecting container I can pour back in over the top. Just keep recycling it throughout. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you very, very, very much for all the support, kind words, constructive comments. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.